Welcome to the Whovian Wire podcast, in which we go through each episode of Doctor Who after watching it and yap about it because we're both Doctor Who nerds. This is Josh and I am Alan, and today's episode we are focusing on Aliens of London. What's your initial thoughts on this episode before going into it?
I thought, beforehand, it was quite a decent episode. It's the first two-parter of the reboot. So I thought, it's gonna go into things a bit more in depth, but it felt very rushed because you focus on many different things from the very start of the episode.
There's a lot what goes on in this episode, and me going into it after seeing it obviously 100 times, I've never been the biggest fan of this two-parter. We'll discuss the episode and then I guess I give my overall thoughts at the end. But it's one of them episodes I've never been when I tell people suggest Doctor Who to people, I always think this episode could be the
make or break.
Yeah, because there's a lot to this episode. So, anyways, we'll just start the episode because So the Doctor lands the TARDIS and in the alleyway,
the
flats.
Same area that I was before.
Yeah, he lands in the flattish area, and they walk out the TARDIS, and Rose is like, how long have I been gone? And he's like, about 12 hours, and she's like, wow, that's insane. That's so cool. So she's like, I'm just gonna go see my mum, and she runs off, and then the Doctor just sees in the corner of his eye a leaflet flyer on something, and he walks up to it, and then you see Rose running up the stairs and going into the flat and being like, hi, I'm just popping in to say hi, or whatever she says. And Jackie looks in shock, and then we see that the Doctor sees a missing flyer poster for Rose, and it's like, this hasn't been 12 hours, has it? So then Rose also sees a bunch of flyers, and then the Doctor obviously bolts it into the flat it's not been 12 hours. It's been 12 months, which is the ultimate blunder. I know the Doctor's never been great with actually getting people back in time, but I don't think he's ever fucked up this bad or ever since, to be honest. At least what I can tell.
This will get called up very later on in Matt Smith's, but the TARDIS does take him where he needs to go, not where he wants to go. It will take him where he wants to go, obviously, but within us, it will take him somewhere else first. The TARDIS has the mind return, so it will.
Almost like it knew there was aliens of London.
Roll credits.
Whoa! So yeah, the credits do roll because it's been a year and it's awesome. So does that actually mean that Series 1 technically now takes place in 2006 instead of 2005?
Yes.
Crazy. Yeah. They're a year ahead of us now. How time flies.
Well, you can't...
It's a year. I know it don't change much, but I just
that would mean that the whole of this season, next season, the rest of the season, next season, all take place at the same year, within the span of a year, isn't it?
Yes? Question mark. I don't actually know how to answer that one.
Great insight there. Great insight.
So, anyways, it cuts back to Jackie and Rose with a police officer and the Doctor. And she's like, you had me worried sick. And it's like, well, I've just been traveling without your passport. And it's...
you can go up and down the country,
Yeah, for a year, casually, not answering phones or being spotted by anyone. So then the Doctor steps in and it's like, well, I'm kind of to take responsibility for this. I kind of hired her as my companion. And Jackie just and who are you coming into my house all dashing? And then...
with charms and smiles.
Yeah, and then you just disappear. And then she just slaps the Doctor, which will become a reoccurring joke throughout this era of Doctor Who. Russell T Davies likes to slap.
I watched it. It was the police aren't just going to sit there and let us slap him.
It's domestic violence.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe a domestic, which the police can't really do much of.
No,
but also this is a missing person and
yeah, like the
potential
police,
kidnapper
the
in
police,
their eyes.
the police should have stood up and be like, simmer down.
Yeah, calmed her down because
Exactly, like
idiots,
that's what you meant to do. Yeah, you meant to keep it all calm and situational. So then it kind of just, I think it just kind of cuts to like Rose and the Doctor being on the roof talking about, damn, I've missed a year. And it's like, I just love that the Doctor's like, 900 years of space and time of I've never been slapped by someone's mother. And it's like, it's like, that's, yeah, it's become a recurring thing for you, but yeah. And obviously then Rose finds out that the Doctor is 900 years old and it's like, whoa, what an age gap. I mean, I don't think that Rose fancies this incarnation of the Doctor.
No, I don't think so.
Like,
well, maybe towards the end.
Yeah,
maybe towards the end of it, because they do kiss and then.
Yeah, and to be fair, it does. And to be fair, it's only be. But like it does only have. Like it's actually been only a few days for those as well. So
yeah, fucking hell, she felt quick.
I mean, yeah. Let's be honest. By the end of the series, it's probably only been like another 2 days.
Come on, at least give us some props. It's at least 3.
At least 3. I can't say much. I won't say much. But the dreamboat of a Doctor. What can I say? So then they're just yapping about like London and how am I meant to handle being like the only one who knows about aliens? And then boom, perfectly timed spaceship flies over and begins to go through London and then crashes into Big Ben, a very famous Doctor Who scene, I would say. Like I think that's a very iconic scene of like Big Ben getting crashed into. Apparently, actually, I was going to leave this until for a fun fact at the end, but apparently them getting like the shots and all for it actually caused some military concern. Obviously, after the 2001 incident, there was a lot of like concern about like people getting shots like that. Yeah. So apparently that caused some production problems, which I did not know would be a problem, but then again, I guess.
I mean, no, that is actually fair. This is what 2004 because the whole recording is.
Yeah, so it is still fresh.
I understand that. To be fair, yeah.
Yeah. So Doctor and Rose then go and try and see what's happened, but obviously it's all cordoned off, and Rose is like, "Can't we just use the TARDIS to get in?" And he's like, "No, big alien sighting. Even a blue box might get seen." And then Rose is like, "Well, I guess we could do what everyone else does." And the Doctor's like, "What? Watch it on the news." Which
watch on TV.
You get just sort of a frustration throughout him watching the news. Like you can just see, like everyone's like yapping about like, "Oh, I've started dating this guy," and it's like you've just seen an alien spaceship crash.
No, because that isn't this called up as well. Like in later on, it's like everything happens right in front of them and no one notices.
Yeah, like it's. But then again, I think that's so real. I think that literally would happen. Like that's a fucked up thing.
It would happen in real life. Yeah,
that's what's fucked up. Like people have just witnessed aliens for the first time, and they're yapping about what they had for tea last night. And I just love that the Doctor's like tweaking out. Like you could just like, why are they not interested in this?
And then the fucking kid takes control and just like starts changing channels while he's trying to watch.
I love that they put it onto Blue Peter because obviously Doctor and Blue Peter have quite a collab in real life, you know. So that's quite a little cool Easter egg.
I do that.
Yeah, they do. Like for example, a certain Love and Monsters creation was a Blue Peter episode.
Oh yeah, it was.
Which I can't wait to get onto.
It might be a short podcast.
So then it cuts to 10 Downing Street with a bunch of people gathering into an office and being a bit gassy, should I say. They make out it's like nervous stomachs and stuff, but they seem like a bit off and don't really know what procedures to be taken. Like, one of the people gives them the red envelope or red suitcase of like, this is the alien situation briefcase. And we're like, oh, okay. And then farts. And it's like, sorry, I'm guessing. Which, it's one of them. I'm not a big fart joke kind of guy, so it's always been bad for me, the fart jokes in this episode.
I mean, it's just, we've matured. Like, yeah, we're probably going to laugh at a few fart jokes, but not...
I don't know. I've
the
never...
entire premise of them being in disguise.
Yeah, it's like, I get that it's... Some people find it funny, but I just never, like, found it, like... But I feel like we use it so much as well. Like, it's just like, okay, we can calm down with the gassy jokes. So...
I mean, it's also called up in fucking Sojourn Adventures, ain't it?
Yes, bloody hell, yeah, it has. I mean, I've not seen that in years, but yes. So then the Doctor obviously tries to wander off and goes like, "Oi, where you think you're going?" And he's like, "I'm just gonna go chill in the TARDIS. Don't worry, I'm not leaving." And gives Rose a key, which is a nice moment for Rose because obviously it shows that the Doctor trusts her. And then obviously then he does, then he does just piss off and actually goes to investigate in the TARDIS. But whilst he's going down to the TARDIS, Mickey goes out onto his balcony, and sees him. And obviously for him, it's been a year since the traumatized Mickey saw that Rose and the Doctor ran into the TARDIS and disappeared. So he tries to run after the Doctor, but whilst the TARDIS disappears, he's like, "Doctor!" and then does like a cartoon run into the wall, onto back, feet go into the air moment. Which summarizes Mickey perfectly, to be fair.
He's a joke character, to be fair.
Oh yeah, they definitely use him just for jokes, I think.
Obviously, there's a bit more in depth. They actually use him for an actual character later on, but...
Yeah, exactly.
Right now,
it's
a joke character.
He is actually just, a side character, not to be too much thought about. Oh, and also...
Even though in this episode, they do also use him for some emotional connection with Rose.
Yeah, to be fair, later on in the episode, yeah. Also, we get to see Bad Wolf on the side of the TARDIS. Now, it don't get mentioned yet, but it's like, okay. Bad Wolf again. Bad Wolf last episode. Oh, what's going on? Now, this is Russell T. Davies when he was actually good at breadcrumbing. Not like the new series.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk.
So anyway, we'll ponder off from that because that's pretty much that for Bad Wolf currently. So it cuts to the woman in the morgue, who obviously was examining the alien body they found in the Thames, which I did forget to mention. They did find a body in the spaceship and brought him in. And yeah, she's just, pondering, doing work, and then hears a bang. Now, I'm sorry, I'm out of there. I am never going to sit around and be like, "What was that?" I am Scooby-Dooing... what is it? A smoked shaped Alan will be in the air and I will be gone if I hear a
The thing is, you've got common sense and you've seen the movies. These guys haven't seen the movies.
No, I'm sorry. Right, a dead thing should not be banging. That's common sense to run.
She's a doctor. She's curious.
She's not a doctor. She's a mortician.
Same fucking... Is it the same thing?
I don't know. All she does is cut open bodies and be like, yes. They died. So, but to be fair, the scene does... Yeah. But the scene does build up tension because it is creepy. It is actually like a very darkly shot scene. And you just hear the bang, bang. And it's like, ooh, creepy. But then it obviously cuts to the Doctor landing and then has a comedic moment of opening up the door to like 18 security guards who all have guns, and it's like, well then. But luckily then the woman screams and they all like immediately like, go, go, go. We get a nice little shot of the Doctor and the male TV running, and like the Doctor immediately takes charge. He went from being this like random stranger who somehow broke into a very highly, restricted zone, and now is like leading the pack. Yeah, they go to the scene and see that the woman's on the floor, and she's like, it was dead. but it's alive now. So the doctor obviously gets all the people to go look for it, and he stays with the woman trying to like talk to it, and she's like, but it was dead, and he's like, it could have been in shock or trauma, but I need you to like tell me like what it looked like. And then we hear a ding in the back, and it's like, oh shit, they're in here. It cuts to then, well, no, it don't cut it. The doctor gets one of the military guards to be with a mortician, and then slowly peeks his head around the corner of which he heard the bang, for which we get a very cute pig.
Cute.
Yes, cute. Right. Obviously, it gets scared and begins to run, in which the doctor runs after it, stopping the guard from shooting it. And the pig is very fast because the doctor don't keep up very well.
He's not got his running thing. He's not running yet, so.
But then the pig runs out into the corridor, in which a security guard sees it, points a gun and shoots it, and the doctor, fuming, like, what are you doing? And yeah, the doctor's angry, and it's like, it was scared, and it's like, I find this scene generally emotional. Just because I'm an animal lover. Like, humans can die all they want in Doctor Who, but the second an animal gets killed, it's like, that might just be me, though. That might just be me.
It might just be you.
What, you not sad when you saw that scene?
I mean, yeah, it's sad, but then, like I said, it just felt rushed because there's a few things you've now got to keep track of. You got the whole thing with Rose. And this. Has the Prime Minister been introduced yet? Or was this after? Or was that after?
I think it's been mentioned where is the Prime Minister, but they don't really know anything yet about where he is. I think they've just said we have not seen him yet.
They've got a few things.
They've got a lot of things going on in the episode to try and...
At this point, it's like 25 minutes in.
Yeah.
Half the episode. Which you don't actually realise at the time is a 2-part episode.
Well, that's the other thing. If it wasn't, fuck me.
Like,
yeah.
Like you are like, say, first time viewer. You don't realise this is a 2-part episode. You're trying to think, oh yeah, it's been 25 minutes. All this is already going on.
Well, how do you think I feel? This was the first episode I ever seen of Doctor Who. It was literally the pig running down the corridor scene. It was the first thing I ever remember of Doctor Who. So, I don't know. This episode, I guess it holds a place in my heart, even though I'm not a big fan of the episode. But
yeah, no.
So, anyways, it then cuts to the conference room in which the sergeant is like meeting with the gassy people. I don't remember what they were actually given names was. And they're all laughing and chuckling, and he's like taking it all serious, like, this is a national emergency. What are you guys doing? In which they start to unzip their skin when we see the very famous like blue light zip. It's like zzz, and it's like, okay.
That, I admit, as a kid, did actually scare me.
Did it?
Because you got the weird music, you got the freaky lights, and then randomly, I noticed there's a random zip that just appears on their fucking forehead. As a kid, what are you supposed to expect?
No, that's true. That's true. Yeah, and I also forgot that Harry Jones had snuck into the conference room at this point and was watching from a cupboard. So, we don't really know who Harry Jones is. All we know is that she's been wanting to have a meeting all day. So, yes, we see that, and Harry Jones is like in terror as he sees that the sergeant gets killed. And it's like, oh shit. Things are spicing up.
Actual deaths now.
And then it cuts back to the morgue in which the doctor is speaking to the mortician and pretty much announces this is just a normal pig, but it's been scientifically worked on it's been used to make, fun of it, really, isn't it? Like it's been made as a bit of a distraction.
Yeah.
And it's sad. It's sad. And
we both got very different views on this episode.
I'm just, look, what can I say? Seeing a pig die, it tugs on the heartstrings. And then Mickey, it cuts back to then Mickey and Rose. The Mickey and Rose scene where Mickey enters the apartment and Rose is just sitting there chilling. It's like, Oh shit, yeah, you've not seen him in a year. You probably should have gone and seen him. But when we find out that Mickey had been getting accused of murdering Rose for the past year and had been brought into like the police station for like 5 separate occasions, and mainly due to Jackie accusing him, which, I mean, it's understandable now that you think of it. Like, yeah, boyfriend, Rose disappears.
Yeah.
But then you realize, like, that's been shit for Mickey for the past year. Then, like, he's actually gone through it. Like, he's actually been pretty much like being accused as a murderer for the past year of his life. So that's some character development on Mickey's behalf.
Still taken as a joke most of the time, but you know.
Then Mickey drags Jackie and Rose into the kitchen, and it's like, "What are you gonna tell her? You're gonna tell him what like I've known and why you disappeared?" And he's like, "Oh well, your doctor friend just went and vanished," and she's like, "What?" And they run into the alleyway of the flats where the TARDIS was, and it's obviously disappeared. So then Jackie is like saying, "What are you talking about? What do you mean it's all like vanishing?" But then we hear the TARDIS engines starting to land, and Rose is like, "Mum, go back inside. Go." And well, she doesn't, and she sees the TARDIS materialize in front of her, which obviously shock to the system. Jackie and Rose go into the TARDIS to talk to the Doctor, and it's like Mickey and Jackie, and Jackie's stood behind him, still in shock. And there's a bit of banter between Jackie and not Jackie. It's because Jackie and Mickey, I don't like they've both got the icky.
What do you mean? Explain. What do you mean? Explain.
Like Jackie, Mickey. I think having both characters have an icky at the end is making me get messed up with names.
That's fine. You'll get used to it.
Well, yeah, obviously.
I mean, yeah,
obviously.
You've had 20 years to get used to it. You still haven't, so.
So, yeah, I guess I'll never figure it out. So then Jackie runs out the TARDIS, and Rose is like, "No, wait," but then continues to talk to the Doctor about, "So was it a real spaceship?" And it's like, wow, priorities. And then Jackie, then it cuts to like Jackie trying to process it all, and literally sitting in a bedroom being like, well, yeah, processing that she's just seen a TARDIS materialize in front of her. The man who Rose went with, he's the one who controlled this random mysterious spaceship. There's a lot going on in the thought process, which is understandable, of course.
Yeah.
And but the news is on in the background, and they're saying, if you have seen any other sightings of aliens or know anything, please call this number. So Jackie, being Jackie, calls the number and is like, "I've seen a man, an alien. He says his name is the Doctor, and he has a blue box, what he calls the TARDIS. And each like time she says Doctor, blue box, and TARDIS, a keyword gets and it's like, ooh." So obviously the military knows about the Doctor. So alarm bells go off on military, and yeah, the army knows that the Doctor's in London now. And then there's a nice moment between Jackie and Mickey and Rose in the TARDIS where they do talk about the year gap and like, "Did you even miss me, Rose?" And it's like, well, to me it's only been like 3 days, but I did miss you. But then she asks him, "Did you meet anyone?" And it's like, "No, I've been accused of murdering you for the past year. No one really wants me." Which I do feel bad for Mickey, to be fair.
It's understandable, yeah.
He is actually like the punching bag of this series for no reason. And the Doctor then realizes that the aliens have actually been on Earth for a while, as you see that the spaceship was actually projected from Earth into space and then, targeted to go through London. So it was like a diversion, pretty much.
Yeah, it was very big distraction,
Very big. And we might find out why. It then cuts to the conference room, and they go up to the gassy people. Again, can't remember the names. I know what they called the aliens, but I won't say it yet. And they're like, "We have a code 9." And we're like, "Huh?" And, code 9, the Doctor, he's like the expert of all experts of alien life craft. So they don't fully know who the Doctor is. They just know he's he's known for knowing alien stuff.
No, I think the big bad don't know who he is.
Yeah,
the rest of them obviously do.
I get, yeah. Well, yeah, like the bigger upper people, yes. But you know, like the guy and all that who was saying Code 9 was just like, he's just known for knowing aliens. And obviously,
I thought they always knew that was an alien.
Do we?
I thought it was like, well, isn't he part of like Unit and stuff? Or
he was a part of Unit. He was a part of Unit in the classic era. So you're like, yeah, but higher ups do know the Doctor. Like Unit knows who the Doctor is, but obviously it's very, you know, kept to the chest of people who probably do know he's an alien and stuff. I think. I could be yapping. I've not seen all of Classic Who. I've not seen all of Classic Who. What can I say? But then we do. Yeah, but that's a whole 1,000 episodes of Doctor Who. I'm not sure I can be ready to watch yet. So the Doctor's like looking at the news and they see that Unit has actually been called in as the experts, and he's like, "I've worked for Unit," and Mickey's like, "Oh yeah, I know. I've been looking up on you," and it's like, how do you look up that? Like, how do you actually look up that the Doctor's been working with a secret military group called Unit?
Is Unit really secret though?
I think so, aren't they?
I don't know if they really are.
I can't say.
To the general public, yeah, they probably seem like just a military with a bit more high techness, but
I mean, I guess we really need to watch Classic Era so we can.
If you do dig into it, you can find anything, really.
I guess, and Mickey is apparently good at finding stuff, so we'll give him the credit there.
I mean, Rose in the very first episode did said, "Oh yeah, let's type in the Doctor," and actually found the Doctor himself. And there's something guy called Clive who.
Yeah, looks up the Doctor, and instead of just seeing a Doctor in like a white lab coat, it's like, "Oh, are you talking about a guy with a blue box?" And it's like, what?
So yeah, I think like they can find whatever they want in this.
Right. I mean, yeah, I guess. So
send your for convenience, yeah.
The Doctor then says, "Right, we're gonna stay low profile, as you know, Unit's now on board with the situation. They don't need me." In which they walk out the TARDIS and immediate military swats him pretty much. And Jackie runs out like, "No, Rose!" And it's like, you called him. You called the military. What did you expect was going to happen? They get taken to 10 Downing Street. And yeah, they're getting treated like, you know, stars, because obviously the Doctor is pretty much a star in their eyes. And while that's happening, a police officer is decided to investigate Jackie, and you know, but he seems a bit gassy, and he tells the other police officers to leave, and it's like, oh no, Jackie, what have you gotten yourself into? For which the Doctor does get to 10 Downing Street, and then is about to go into the conference room, in which he gets given an ID card and gets told that those can't come in with him, as it's only, you know, the big people, the big shots, in which the Doctor is like, "No, wherever I go, she comes with," and like they pretty much have to refuse, and it's like Buzz is like, "No, I'm fine," and Harry Jones kind of takes Rose to the side, like she's like, "Oh, I'll look after her," and it's like, okay. In which the Doctor goes into the conference room, and then Harry Jones pulls Buzz aside, and it's like, this Doctor, does he know about aliens? And she's like, yes, he's great at it. And then Harriet Jones breaks down to her. So Rose kind of already gets this feeling like something's going on in 10 Downing Street. So the Doctor is then looking through like all the notes what everyone else has been given from the situation of today, and sees the Doctor finds out that they used a spaceship, the spaceship crash as a diversion so they don't get found. So the Doctor now knows there's aliens what use that spaceship as a diversion, a distraction. And then it cuts to Rose and Harriet Jones. I'm always going to say Harriet Jones. Going into a conference room and then finding the Prime Minister's body, and it's like, oh shit.
Well, that answers one question.
It does, yeah. Out of many questions of this episode, we at least know where the Prime Minister has gone. But then it cuts back to the conference room where the Doctor is then. What do you get when there's been a big alien spaceship crash through London, and what kind of people do you get? And it's like, you get us. It's a trap. So they immediately, the Doctor immediately realizes that this is a trap. They've got all the most important people in the world here at this very moment. And then it kind of starts to wrap up the episode with 3 separate cliffhangers. So Rose and Harriet Jones then gets locked into a conference room with one of the gassy women people. We don't actually know what the aliens look like yet. We just know they can unzip their heads. But they get locked into a room with the gassy woman. Then it cuts to Jackie making the police officer a cup of tea. But then he starts to unzip his forehead. And then, whilst the Doctor is explaining, his plan to save the world, I love the line he just says when one of them farts, and he's like, "Excuse me, do you mind not farting when I'm saving the world?"
It's so real, though.
It's so to be fair, yeah, it's such a real thing to say, but it's also such a what a random line to say.
I'm sorry, but how did Eccleston not enjoy being the Doctor? This shit it's funny.
Well, actually, this is one of the things I will say as a fun fact at the end of the episode. So
I thought we already mentioned that.
No, not yet. I've only mentioned what did I mention? I can't remember what I mentioned at the beginning of this episode. My brain is all over the place. And then they start to unzip, but they also say, "Thank you for wearing your tags," in which then everyone starts to get electrocuted who's wearing the tags. So the Doctor falls to the ground ah. And then all 3 separate locations, they start to unzip and you see the famous blue light. And then we finally get to see the Slitheen, the green monsters. Whoa. And then that is pretty much the end of Aliens of London. There's a lot getting set up. There's a lot in this episode what gets set up. And then there's 3 separate hangovers. It's, as you said, it's a very rushed episode. Very rushed. What's your overall thoughts of the episode?
It was a good episode. There are some bits that are funny. Some bits that, there's the thing with the whole series of Bad Wolf. There's funny with slapping the Doctor's face.
Yeah,
which becomes a whole thing. There's a lot of stuff that is born or continued in this episode, which does play out in the future.
It does. I love the setup of what would actually happen after you disappear for a year. I like that. I like the thought of I like that they actually showed the consequences of what does actually happen if you was a companion with a Doctor and you did just disappear. I don't think many companions before the Doctor ever actually faced any consequences for time travel. Well, apart from death and stuff, but
no, it does also get played out in a future episode. I think that's coming to mind.
Yeah, but I think this is the first proper time we've actually seen oh shit, this isn't great for the companion right now, and it's not like they can really go back in time now and fix it,
undo it. Yeah,
exactly. Especially now that there's alien attack, the Doctor's not going to want to do that. So, what's your overall rating for the episode?
I'm gonna say 6. But what I'm thinking is we do this rating as a separate episode, but then we do a rating as the whole.
A combined, yeah. Well, this episode, I'm giving a 5 out of 10. It's an okay episode in my opinion.
Yeah. Let's go with 5.5.
5.5. Yeah. We'll see. Obviously, it is a 2-part. I did take into consideration when we did start this podcast. Do we just do both parts into one episode? But no. No, and also I'm sorry, it's not the greatest of 2-parters. So
no, it's not.
But yeah, I would say this is 5.5 for this episode. I think The Unquiet Dead was a more fun episode in my opinion. But then again, it all gets wrapped up in one episode. Where this is a first parter, so if it was a 10-10, I would be shocked.
What is it next? World War III.
World War III. Yeah, which will be out next Tuesday for everyone who's there listening. Now for the fun facts of the episode, the favourite part of the podcast. So, the scene where the Doctor encounters the pig alien in the hospital was actually the very first scene Christopher Eccleston filmed as the Doctor, which I thought was cool to find out.
Really?
That was the first scene they filmed. And the other fun fact was Eccleston stated that this story is one of his favourite filming experiences whilst on the show, pointing out he'd never get to chase a man in a pig costume in Shakespeare. So he actually had a lot of fun filming this episode.
I mean, filming the episode is different to watching it.
Yeah.
Obviously, we get to see the whole aftermath with all the other episodes and like...
Yeah, I'm sure it was fun to film, you know. Again, chasing like a 3-foot person down a corridor who's dressed as a pig.
I know how to make you happy now.
What, you're just gonna hire a 3-foot person to do that?
Yeah. Exactly.
Happy birthday!
Go fetch him.
Hunt him. God, that would be fucking brilliant. Anyways, like, well, thank you for everyone who has watched the Whovian Wire podcast episode 4. I think this is episode 4. And we will obviously be getting the next part out next week, which is the Christmas week. Sadly, we didn't start this earlier, or I would have tried to time it for the Christmas invasion for next week, but we can only do so much. And yeah, thank you for listening. It's not my favourite episode, as you probably can tell from my overall thoughts. So, but it doesn't mean that Doctor isn't good. There's obviously has its down days. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.